Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here in Kiev, Ukraine, in Central Emergency Hospital of Kiev, and I am at a very special department. But today I am honored to have with me a very special, esteemed, and respected guest, PhD doctor.
Hello guys, my name is Vitaly Krylyuk. I am a head of department in the Ukrainian Scientific and Practical Center, Emergency Disaster Medicine. My basement, I'm a surgery actually, and working a long time in Hospital of Emergency Medicine in polytrauma department, how to say.
Yeah, it makes sense. So how long, for how many years have you spent in this field? Like practically, let's say.
Practically near 15 years.
15 years, wow. I have read a little bit about you online, and I've read your background. Your dissertation was awarded a government award, or you received a government recognition?
No. Not we have a special system of PhD or scientific research in Ukraine. We don't need to get some how to say grant or something else. I have a government government position, and during 3 years I prepare my scientific research, and after this I defend it in special commission.
What was the topic?
The topic is the trauma of abdomen, polytrauma of abdomen, and how to organize the system, emergency medical system in the case of trauma patient.
Okay, and how did you arrive to work with tactical medicine and catastrophe medicine? What was your way to get there?
It's actually it's how to say influenced for me my position in my center, because surgery is one part of my work, and another part of my work is emergency medicine, because in our country we haven't emergency medical system like in your country maybe, because we don't have an emergency department, we don't have a paramedic since 2020. But when after 2014, when we have a new Ministry of Health, Zayuliana Supron, maybe you know this famous women, she start many reform in my country, and after maybe 4 or 5 years we prepare some document, government law, yes, and 3 years ago we start to prepare first paramedics in Ukraine in Ternopil Medical University, and 2 years ago we start to reconstruct our admitted department in hospital, and try to create emergency department like in maybe in Western orientation country, how to say, yes.
So when you say we don't have paramedics, etc., can you explain for Western audience what does it mean? Who works? It's not like they're gonna think that.
For example, in my country, most doctor of emergency medicine work in the pre-hospital stage, and we don't have a special protocol for emergency medicine in pre-hospital stage. And it's absolutely non-acceptable for country, because many injured people and emergency situation just died in pre-hospital stage, because we don't recognize such position like golden hour, emergency team in emergency department. So it's just like a post-Soviet Union system. And when we start to calculate how many people die and what is other final treating process in this patient, we start to create system for injured patient, for emergency situation. And first step we created protocol. After this we start to create emergency department. And we don't, and in this moment we have a big plan, but war interrupt our process to rebuild our system. It's absolutely a pity, because we don't create a protocol for emergency department. But now for this months of our wartime in Ukraine, we have maybe 10 or 11 guidelines, very short guidelines about emergency situation. For example, triage system in hospital, it's blood transfusion protocol, damage control resuscitation and damage control surgery, and many other. I don't remember now what is, how to say, burn management and other. So now it's how to say, it's time for preparation to final how to say, sign by minister, maybe 1 or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And now we work to how to spread all over the country, how to train people to use this protocol, because it's not easy. And we make some short video lecture and put in our website or YouTube channel, and people have possibility to look in the free time how to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how many hours on average does a doctor in Ukraine work right now during wartime?
It depends what is a doctor, what is a hospital, for example. If you how to say, in Kiev and in city like Kharkiv, Mariupol, Odessa, I think around the clock all weeks with short period of rests, because for example in my center, yes, in my we work maybe so from 22 February to 28 March, I constantly stay in hospital, and I visited my home in Kiev maybe 3 times.
Crazy.
But it's not crazy, because in hospital now we create some special conditions for surrounded around us, and we just stay in hospital. It's absolutely comfortable. Just not like in a high level hotel, not 5 stars, but 3 is absolutely normal.
Okay.
So we have enough food, what we need, and other things like in normal. We can prepare some dish and just in hospital, and it's just normal. It's wartime, so it's normal for all.
Yeah, I was gonna say before that the true heroes of Ukraine right now are not just the armed forces, but also the doctors and all the medical personnel, because yeah, it's incredible what people are doing, and it's a big inspiration for me to also not stop and to keep moving forward, to try and do my part, to do my best to help the country and to get out of this situation with as many lives saved as possible, because I myself am absolutely confident that victory is we are going to be victorious, but it's just a question of cost, how many lives it's gonna cost us, and that's why I wanted to kind of center my activity around trying to preserve lives. What would your advice be in terms of like the pressing needs that maybe the hospital has or other hospitals in Ukraine, like for volunteers, say, and for people online watching who might have some connections to the hospitals, warehouses where there are a lot of medical supplies left over, or potentially producers of equipment? Like, what do we need right now?
And I have some information about what we need, and I want to say that, for example, in my hospital we have many medical supplies, and for this time I can say that we need something else. But you must understand that now, thank God, we don't have many injured people in Kiev. I can say about left bank of Kiev. Yeah, more difficult situation now in right bank of Kiev, because the battle is very actively in north part of satellite city in Kiev, and injured people more
Gostomel,
more
Irpin,
Gostomel,
Bucha.
Irpin, Bucha, and it's very actively battle situation in this satellite city, and many injured people come in the right bank of Kiev. But I don't hear that we need something special.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need some medical supply, maybe very specific medical supply for trauma patient, maybe for trauma for wound care, and but now more needs we need for our people who in the fields. I mean tourniquet, trauma, how to say, kits,
Bags.
trauma bags, kits,
Mm-hmm.
because we need to how to stop bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and maybe pain relief medicine, because we use this supply
A lot.
a lot of days, so we need to boost him every day to each day. Yes, and you know that now many our Ukrainian people prepare to be soldiers. Yeah, in the western part of Ukraine, and they need these supplies too. So maybe more needs now it's for our soldiers and people who work in a field situation. Also we need ambulances, for example, for pre-hospital stage, because many ambulances was damaged and fully destroyed,
Yeah.
and they destroyed every day.
Yeah, it's what I say, that cars
Cars.
are like consumable material
Yes,
during war, because they just go.
Absolutely. And if you know this crazy fucking people from Russia want how to say, they can they want to use, or not want to use, they think to use or ready to use, it's more correctly, chemical, biological, and radiological elements, and now is we preparing for this situation, and we need individual supplies, how to say, protection supplies, special protection supplies, maybe level C, if you know, and maybe we need some special drugs, antidotes. I mean atropine, pralidoxime, or something else maybe, because we don't know. We hope that it's not happen in Ukraine, but now it can be happening.
Yeah.
So maybe this supplies is more critical now in Ukraine. And what else? I don't know for this moment. By the way, maybe in future, I don't know when, but I hope that it will be very short period in future, when we destroy this, when we win. Yeah, actually, we maybe need more field hospital, maybe. I know that some field hospital already work in Ukraine, but as in situation of Mariupol, Kharkiv, Chernihiv, and other city was now is totally destroyed, and not only building, but only a hospital and all medical infrastructure. I think that for time of rebuild these cities, we need field hospital to care for this patient. And maybe we need more supplies, more medical supplies for field hospital. I know that field hospital now in Ukraine have a military, but now I know that we have hospital from Red Cross and Israel field hospital, but this hospital now in western part in Ukraine. And maybe we need to prepare and think about that. We need to put this field hospital maybe more in eastern part of Ukraine, near this city, around city, or maybe near this city, to help these people who stay in this totally destroyed city to take care, because the infrastructure is totally destroyed. Maybe this we need to think about it. Because maybe we need to focus for this. But you know, in any case, if we have a active battlefield situation near Kiev, we need to how to say, we will maybe prepare that we need more supplies like блин, як це, прив'язка.
Like gauze?
Gauze and something else for hospital because
Mhm.
it's used very actively.
Mhm.
But now
Blood clotting
blood
agents.
clotting agents, so not very how to say difficult and very difficult supplies. Just simple supplies will be absolutely logical to have some storage for this, maybe.
Yeah,
Prepare.
I was really happy to deliver to my friend
Yeah.
in the forces yesterday, like a backpack full of American these blood clot like
Yeah.
things and a full med kit, and yeah, they were happy because.
But again, it's depend from hospital to hospital, from region to region. And as I know now, in our Ministry of Health is special group of expert, and they have a special list of needs for hospital, for other situation, for hospital, what they need for this moment. This drugs, supplies, and also. But as I can say about my hospital, it's much more better than before we started war.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I often get approached by people online who want to volunteer and who want to come to Ukraine. Sometimes they have like military experience, sometimes they have medical experience. Do you think we will have maybe some kind of way to engage volunteers with medical experience in terms of the fast response teams or something like that?
It's a very interesting question actually. I know, and some people to give me a message that they want to go to be in Ukraine and like in a doctor or something else. I can comment to this situation and say that in this hospital we need some medical experts actually, because our doctors very experienced how to treat people with injured, different type of injured, gunshot, blood explosion injured, so something else. And many doctors now already come in Ukraine and work in western part of Ukraine, even in Kiev. And we have a special, how to say, contact person in Ministry of Health, and you can, and if you need, you can put your wishing to, how to say,
Volunteer application.
CV volunteer application in this form, and if you really need to help, they just contact with you.
So this is Ministry of Health website is where we find
yes,
this
I can show you
application
even.
form. Okay, well, that's gonna be useful
I
because
can show you, for example.
often I get these questions.
Yes, we have some Ukrainian medhelp@gmail.com. Yes, you can send it. It's just online form. You can put it your information about you and so on, and you just contact.
Okay, so ukrainemedhelp.gmail.com.
Yeah, I give you screen and send you this information. You can use it.
Okay.
But I think for this moment you must understand that it's not safe. For example, even in Kiev. So we don't know what happened in Kiev for 1 minute or 1 day or so on, because our enemy wants to destroy Kiev and occupy Kiev. You must understand that it's not safe.
Yes.
And you must understand that what Russians think about you. They hate Ukrainian, absolutely. And I absolutely know that they hate they hate your guys. You must understand this, because they think that you help Ukraine to destroy Russia, and it's not safe in Ukraine. You need to know this truth.
Is it true that they say that Russians target ambulances as well as like military vehicles?
Absolutely yes, because I know from my friends from eastern, for example, Sumy, Donetsk region, and say they just start to shoot for ambulances and destroy these ambulances. They know that it's ambulances. It's not a military. It does not matter for these people, because again, it's terrorists. It's a real terrorist that don't have some rules about war or something else. They destroy directly. And my friends said me that they have a patient near this block post, how to say, yeah? Checkpoint, and this checkpoint was occupied by a Russian, and some tank stay with this checkpoint, and they just drive near in the road near this checkpoint, and this tank start to prepare and just start to, how to say, aim them, and they just how to say, time 1 second to make a shot for this
Drive away.
So it's, you must understand that it's absolutely unpredictable, so you must understand it's not safe.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to more medical staff and more medical expert after win in the end of this war, because many doctors now go to the abroad, some of them, especially women and something else, and maybe in this place like Mariupol, eastern part in UK, we really need to more staff, medical staff, especially in a field hospital with experience how to treat people with injured and other situation like this. Maybe yes, I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's good that we know now from an expert, from someone who has direct connection.
Yeah. And maybe other point is that now we prepare to create some telemedicine system. I know that some special equipped now in the road in the way to Ukraine from United States. I don't remember how it's named. Sorry. And maybe I don't know. Maybe we can how to say, contact with
Other
hospital from not only in Ukraine, with some specific trauma, with some specific situation, emergency situation, because
organize online
how
consults.
to organize online consult with other people from other countries. It's maybe useful too.
I noticed a photo on your desktop. Can you tell a little bit about this photo?
Is this photo?
Yes.
This photo is my colleague. She how to say, she can use Photoshop, and she makes this Photoshop picture, and they give me this photo in my birthday. I don't know why, but just okay, I put in my table videos, and I use it maybe for 4 years.
Your colleagues view you as a commander, like a legionnaire.
I really don't know why they make this photo, because we have except of our work, for example, my medicine work, yeah. I know, for example, some how to say, basic knowledge in Photoshop, and just time to time we make some, how to say, Photoshop
memes. Yeah.
Memes. If you see my Facebook page, you see my page?
No, not yet.
I can show you.
Okay.
Time to time we just want to, how to say, entertain, just relax, and we make some other pictures. So is my Photoshop, or my Facebook. It's my colleague. Oh, for example, this is our mem. It's handmade.
Don't make Russian warship angry, or it will be offended and will go fuck itself a little bit slowly.
For example, this one. Okay. Sorry. I have some another one. It's not mine. It's not mine. Where is this? Where? This one, it's my Photoshop too. You can translate later.
You can express your requests to Ukrainian delegation. Well, I only have one. Can you specify? Yes. Go fuck yourself. Are you going to carry it out? Yes, we were trying to find out where Putin is right now.
This one, because you know we just how to recognize Russia like a bureau, yes.
Yeah. Funny.
Funny. This one,
God, I am going to rescue them. Ukrainian
you know, this very
army
this very
deserves this.
very nice film,
Legionnaire. Yeah.
Legendary is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
This one, we just how to say, have a rest and
Yeah.
time to time put some
That's cool.
yes and other.
Okay, another question. Tell me a little bit about the microphone. What are you doing here with the microphone?
It's microphone for making video lectures for our doctors about how to treat emergency and so on. We have a special. I have my colleague from medical Ternopil Medical University. We have a special YouTube channel. Just like it's not we just have this, and we put our video in this channel. For example,
So anyone can watch.
absolutely.
Come watch. Oh,
You can go and
nice.
watch different.
Amazing. Decimed.
Yeah, this different type of video. This is about surgery strategy. Yes, damage control surgery. It's just how to in first aid in wartime. Some short video about how
CAT.
to
Yeah. Amazing.
blood
This is
control.
very useful.
Yes, it's a triage system. It's chemical. So we just put it. We make how much? Раз, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 на 3. It's 19th video during this 1 month.
Wow.
And
A lot of work.
And it's how to say, it's for making nice voice, yes, noise voice.
Yeah.
We need some. We just I don't know. We have this. Actually, this microphone, I bought when the COVID 2 years ago in Ukraine, and many lectures, many teaching, many courses start in online format. And for I bought this microphone, and they stay in my place, and I use it even now. So it's like
Double purpose.
double purpose.
Yes. Maybe a little bit of a difficult question, but obviously the war is going to have its psychological toll on people as well. Do you think, like, what do you think the government's response to this problem should be after the war is over to minimize, the impact, and how severe do you think these consequences will be for Ukrainians, for people who have suffered the effects of war?
It's a very interesting question, actually, but it's not. I think yes, we will have problem with psychological problem in Ukraine, but I don't think will be problem like in another countries who have a war in this last 100 years. Because in Ukraine it's national war. We know what we fighting for, and we really know who is the enemy. It's not that my army go to another country as somebody was killed and so on. No. If you saw that now, if we have unfortunately when our soldiers die, yes. The reaction of our people is absolutely not normal, but they understand that it's a hero, and it's absolutely unique situation. This war is a national war, and maybe it was unique situation how to treat these people in psychological problem. I can say you that for me, yes, I don't have now some problem with psychological psychological type.
Health.
For me,
No,
health,
no.
health. Absolutely no. I absolutely calm. I don't worry about myself. Maybe that's why I'm divorced, and I don't have children, and my family, my mother, my father, my sister, my grandma, now in the western part of Ukraine, because I'm not in Kiev, how to say, not constantly living in Kiev. I started living in Kiev 20 years ago, so I'm not absolutely worried about my family, so I absolutely come. And if my friends have some problem or something, they want to talk with me, and you know that when we win, why we so long this war, all destroyed and so on, we just start to talk, and I like to analyze situation. So I saw many information channel, and don't make conclusion only in one fact. For example, okay, if you know, 2 years ago, two day ago, Slavutich, a city in the western, yes, in northern part of Kiev region, yes,
Yeah.
was occupied, and so okay, Slavutich was
Taken.
occupied. It's problem. It's all bad. So no. Let's stay. Let's wait. And now it's not occupied because they go away from this city. And we just talk about this, maybe several hours per day, and talk to each other. We discuss the situation, and it helps. Actually, it helps. And in many people now, is, how to say, it's special situation when they think that they do not enough for victory. I know this is a named situation of survived people. Okay, I stay in safe place, for example.
Survivor's guilt, like
survivor's guilt. Yeah, I stay in hospital, and in some other places, people fighting, people dying. I need to do something, and so on. Yeah, and I explain them. So listen, guys. Okay, you are soldiers? No. Do you know if you take a gun in and go to the battle, how long you will stay alive?
Yeah.
If you don't prepare for this, I don't know. Maybe 1 minute. Maybe you happy people and you stay lucky people and you stay alive for long period. I don't know. If you stay in hospital, do your work, regular work, and prepare to minimize any threat if it can happen. You work, you support country, you support army, you support yourself, your family, and blah blah blah, and it really helps. So for me, for my side, it's not need to ask me. I don't have really. I don't have a psychological problem. Really, maybe I am special person and I am just not very.
You know what they say about people with psychological problems, that they never admit they have a psychological problem.
So yeah, absolutely. Maybe yes, and absolutely, yeah. You understand? Yes, just joking, but okay. But if you do something, okay, I have many works now, many projects, much more than before. How to say, yeah? Because one side we prepare in hospital, we have a duty in hospital, we prepare special law guidelines for Minister of Health, we make a video and other. So I don't. I how to say, my schedule for day is just minutes by minutes, maybe.
No time for anxiety,
no time
doubt.
anxiety, think about bad things,
yes,
and so on.
Yes.
It helps.
Yes.
And I have said, my friends, if you want to, don't be find something work for this period. Do something.
Yeah.
Read a book. Learn English. I don't know. Prepare for something. Make some dish. I don't know. Just start to run in the morning.
Or go volunteer and do something.
We have now many works in Kiev and in like in other places. Don't think about you need to go a gun and go to the battlefield. If need, yes, you need to prepare yourself that you in some situation you need to be ready to get a gun and machine gun, for example, and go to the battlefield. Yes, you need to prepare for this, but don't panic. Preparing and wait for win, and make this win more closely than one day before.
Thank you. I love this message. I think it's a good place to end the interview. I'm very grateful for your time.
Thank you for your volunteering.
Budmo! And then everybody says, hey, hey, hey! And down the drink. Cat. Oi, oi, everybody loves oi.